Every backpack in this school has been lost. Not one. Every single one. And nobody is looking for them. The lost and found wall stretches the entire hallway. Hundreds of identical backpacks, perfectly lined up, everyone covered with a thin layer of dust. No names, no owners, no reason to ever take them home again. Then you look outside. Children are everywhere, running through forests, climbing trees, building bridges across streams, painting walls taller than themselves, testing strange machines they built with their own hands. A group disappears into a greenhouse. Another heads toward an observatory. Someone walks past carrying a telescope instead of a textbook. There isn't a single classroom in sight. There isn't a single homework assignment. And somehow, these children are learning faster than any generation before them. So here's the question. If nobody studies during the day, when does school actually happen? The answer may have started much sooner than we realize. Tonight, while you're asleep, your brain is already busy. It quietly sorts memories, strengthens the important ones, lets the unimportant ones fade away. You never notice it happening. Scientists have been watching this process for years. At the same time, brain-computer interfaces are beginning to understand tiny patterns of neural activity. Not enough to teach an entire education, not even close, but enough to imagine what might come next. Now push those discoveries forward, not 5 years, not 10, 50, maybe 100, until one night, school quietly moves into sleep itself. Walk into a classroom after midnight. The lights are dim. Rows of sleep stations fill the room. Every student is asleep. Nobody is taking notes. Nobody is listening to a lecture. Nobody is even awake. But by sunrise, the classroom has changed. Maps now cover the walls. New languages appear across giant sheets of paper. Mathematical formulas fill entire whiteboards. Scientific sketches cover every empty space. The students haven't moved. And yet, an entire school day has already happened. It doesn't feel like studying. It feels like living. Every night begins with a dream built for one person. A child opens the door of a small cafe in Paris. Nobody says, "Today we're learning French." People simply start talking. The language slowly becomes part of the world around them. Another child dives beneath warm blue water. Coral reefs stretch in every direction. Every fish, every current, every living creature becomes part of the lesson. Another spends the night inside a laboratory, mixing chemicals, testing ideas, watching impossible experiments unfold safely inside a dream. Someone else climbs through an ancient rainforest, or paints across endless landscapes, or learns music by standing in the middle of an orchestra instead of reading a single note. Outside, nothing looks unusual. A quiet bedroom, a child asleep beneath a blanket, but floating above the bed is a single transparent droplet. Inside that droplet, an entire lifetime is unfolding. The same child appears again and again, speaking new languages, building new inventions, exploring new worlds, living thousands of tiny experiences. Before the sun ever rises, the body never leaves the bed, but the mind never stops exploring. And when morning finally comes, the dream disappears. The knowledge doesn't. When the sun comes up, school doesn't end. It simply changes. Walk through the front gate, and the first thing you'll notice is what's missing. There are no classrooms, no rows of desks, no blackboards, no fluorescent lights humming above silent students. The entire campus has become something else. A forest grows where the math building once stood. A stream winds through the middle of the school. An observatory rises above the trees. Glass greenhouses catch the morning light. Workshops echo with the sounds of wood, metal, clay, and music. Every part of the campus invites children to touch, build, climb, and explore. Knowledge came during the night. The day belongs to experience. Follow the sound of waves. An entire beach has become a science classroom. Children stand knee-deep in the water beside floating research platforms. Transparent underwater domes reveal coral reefs just beneath the surface. Marine life drifts quietly past the glass. Nobody carries worksheets. Nobody fills out lab reports. The ocean itself has become the lesson. Back at school, one path disappears into a rainforest. Towering trees replace long hallways. Butterflies move through shafts of sunlight. Birds call from above. Tiny insects crawl across enormous leaves. Waterfalls spill into shallow pools where children gather around plants found nowhere else on Earth. There are no signs saying, "Biology class." There doesn't need to be. The forest speaks for itself. A little farther away, a playground looks nothing like the playgrounds we know today. Half-finished inventions cover long wooden tables. One corner is filled with musical instruments, another with paintings drying in the sun. Tree houses rise high above the ground. Mechanical creatures made from recycled parts wait to be tested. Models of future cities stand beside handmade telescopes. No one asks, "Did you finish your homework?" The only question is, "What did you build today?" By late afternoon, the city parks begin to fill. School uniforms are still everywhere, but they're covered in mud, splashes of paint, sawdust, grass stains, salt from the ocean. Every mark tells the story of something that was made, climbed, grown, or discovered. The uniform survived, the school day survived, but the meaning of both has completely changed. This world didn't only change childhood, it changed adulthood too. Walk into a public workshop on a Saturday morning. A grandfather studies woodworking beside his granddaughter. A mother learns pottery while her son experiments with robotics nearby. A father adjusts the mirror of a telescope with his own father standing beside him. 3 generations, one shared project. No books, no lectures, just people turning yesterday's dreams into today's experiences. Learning never stopped. It simply stopped belonging to children alone. Years pass. The old symbols of education slowly disappear. One weekend, a neighborhood garage sale opens. Among old lamps, bicycles, and kitchen chairs, someone places a stack of school textbooks on a folding table. Beside them sit notebooks, wooden rulers, chalkboards, and boxes of white chalk. Each carries the same small label, "Vintage Collectible." Children stop and stare. Some have never held a textbook before. To them, it feels no different than holding a rotary telephone or a typewriter or any other object from a forgotten age. One day, someone asks a simple question: "What was homework?" Nobody under 30 knows the answer. Step inside a family's living room. The walls are covered from floor to ceiling with framed memories, but there are no diplomas, no report cards, no academic awards. Instead, one frame holds a pressed leaf from a rainforest. Another holds a seashell collected during a marine expedition. A child's first sketch of the moon hangs beside a map covered with muddy fingerprints from a week-long journey through the mountains. There are fossils, handmade inventions, tiny wooden sculptures, field journals worn soft by years of adventure. Every frame tells the story of something that was lived, not something that was memorized. In this world, education isn't measured by the papers you collect. It's measured by the places you've explored, the things you've built, and the life you've actually experienced. Tomorrow night, millions of children will quietly fall asleep. By morning, they'll wake knowing something new. And once again, they'll spend the entire day turning that knowledge into a life worth remembering.